and welcome back to my channel for another edition of News Time, where I talk about all the latest HeroClix news and spoilers, and I'm so excited to go through with you this week's news. But first off, let me show you that I created my own Instagram page, which is Edison's Tabletop Games. So if you want to, you can also follow me on Instagram as well. And we're going to start off with the Hellfire Color 2 collector box sets. We're going to have one for Avengers and one for X-Men, and they're both going to be retail exclusive. Now, this mentions there are going to be 3 collector sets, so I really wonder what the third one is going to be. And here's the logo for the Avengers Box Set. And here's the solicits, which mentions we are going to get 8 figures, 8 limited edition character cards, and a limited edition powers and ability card. And this box set is scheduled to release in April 2024. And here's Captain America Steve Rogers, who just looks like Cody Rhodes to me. And we got Spider-Man. I really like how they did the webbing on his fingertips. And here's Scarlet Witch, Wanda Maximoff, one of my favorite characters. When they announced that the Disney Plus chase was going to be rotated out for Modern Age, I was quite sad, but I'm so happy to see that there's going to be another version of her, and I hope this Wanda is just as powerful as well. And here's Black Widow, gorgeous outfit. And we got Sam Wilson, Falcon. We're also going to see Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers. I like the cape that they did for her, where you can see all the stars. I hope they are able to capture the dark blue tone all the way to the light blue tone in the inner cape. And here's Doctor Doom. I was so surprised to see this character as part of the Avengers box set, because I think he had the best outfit during that year's Hellfire Gala. And it's nice to see that we actually have a villain inside one of these box sets. And here's the last figure. We got She-Hulk, who was previously reviewed, I think about a week or 2 ago. And here's the X-Men box set logo. And for the solicits, it's almost the same as the Avengers one. It's just that the X-Men box will be released in October, about 1 year from now. And here we have X-23 Laura Kinney Wolverine in a punk rock outfit. I really like her version during last year's Hellfire Gala. And I'm really excited how they're going to, retool her powers and what new ideas they have. Also returning from last year's Hellfire Gala box set is Cyclops with a samurai-inspired outfit. We're also going to see the return of Jean Grey. Very nice. And we're going to have Iceman Bobby Drake. And here we have Havoc, which is Scott Summers' brother. And here we have Gambit. I'm so excited for Gambit just because I want to put Gambit and last year's Hellfire Gala Rogue just side by side. And here's Emma Frost returning again from last year's Hellfire Gala box set. I mean, it's a no-brainer. You have to include Emma because she's the host of this event. And lastly, we have Mr. Sinister. Now, this was a surprise to me. The past few Sinisters that they released were actually really good, especially the storyline organized play, Mr. Sinister, where he can give your opponent attack rolls to change to a die of 1. Very powerful. So it's nice to see Mr. Sinister returning again. And here's an image of the upcoming Marvel Studios next wave, I Am Groot. Here we have Baby Groot. And here is the box art image for the brick. And we can see we got Hulk and She-Hulk holding the big boulder. It's a very nice artwork with She-Hulk right in front. And looks like they're going to be at least 72 figures. And here's another image. You can see the side of the box that's going to be Werewolf by Night and I Am Groot. And here is the image of the next phase Retail Chase OP boosters. Now these boosters are going to be purchasable for the stores where they can give these special boosters as prizes. If I'm not wrong, there's going to be Prime figures as well as Chase figures inside this box set, along with action tokens and dices as well. And here's from the upcoming Wheels of Vengeance set. I'm really excited for this. I don't really know who the left and right characters are, but what we have over here in the middle, which is Zydeco, which is from the Ghost Rider stories that I enjoyed reading back in 2006 to 2009. So I'm really surprised they actually made this character, which is an Archangel, and he's making his first appearance in HeroClix in Wheels of Vengeance. And they're going to revitalize the organized play monthly OP events. We're going to see the X-Men High Rollers OP with brand new dices. We're going to take a look at the solicits slightly later on. And there's also going to be the first ever store championship prize Deadpool. You can see he's holding a championship title belt in his waist. He's also holding a trophy in the air. Very adorable. And previously unannounced 2024 Iconics releases, we're going to get Superman Up, Up and Away, Wakanda Hulkbuster, First Appearance Avengers, as well as Captain America from Ice, which is a 2-figure set. And we're going to have Iconics Beetlejuice. And here's the solicits for the High Rollers OP kit. There's going to be 4 Wolverine with all new dials, 4 Multiple Men with all new dials, 4 Cape Prides with brand new sculpt, as well as a pair of 4 pairs of Multiple Men dices. So they're going to be 8 dices in total. Now this is expected to release in June 2024, which is just in time for the Deadpool set. And here's the Superman Up, Up and Away Iconics box, which will include a Superman figure as well as a foam booth HeroClix terrain. Expected release 1 year from now, August 2024. And we're going to have the Captain America from Ice, where there's going to be 2 Captain America figures, 1 frozen and 1 unfrozen, expected to release next year, September 2024. And now we're going to take a look at all the dials that were reviewed during this past week by WizKids HeroClix team on Facebook and Instagram. Again, kudos to them for, always showing us spoilers, keeping us updated and excited for Notorious. Now, I won't really speak too much about the dials itself because I do have a playlist where you can actually watch all these dials being reviewed on the same day itself as they were released. So if you could, you can tune into those YouTube video shorts if you want more information of the dial itself. But here we are going to have the Regime Superman from the Injustice God Amongst Us comic books and video game. Really nice figure for 150 points. I think he's going to dominate your sealed events because he can deal penetrating damage, opening with 12 attack and 5 damage as well. Very powerful. We're also going to get the Regime Wonder Woman, who is going to pair off with that Superman. This Wonder Woman is also hard to kill at 150 points and 100 points. You can see she's opening with 5 damage. She has a special Blades Claws and Fangs that when the D6 is rolled and it's less than her printed damage, she deals penetrating damage. She also has a Stop Click, which grants her impervious super senses, and she also has the Wonder Woman team ability, so it's going to be very hard to KO this figure. And here is Robin King. Robin King is also a super rare with the target trait, which you'll find on a lot of assassin characters. You can play him at 2 different point values, but I think the most interesting thing about him is that he can equip himself with unequipped equipment, as well as the ability to use outwit and targeting a character that is the target. He can modify the character combat values by -1 until your next turn, so this will also reduce damage stats as well. And here's the Deceased Batman, which is a chase figure. He has 2 team abilities. He has the usual deceased trait, is whenever the deceased figure gets KO'd, you go to click 9, and whenever they would take damage from a game effect, they take 1 unavoidable instead, and at the end of the turn, they also take 1 unavoidable. So it's like a ticking time bomb for these deceased chases. Very cool figure. You can play him at 75 points or 60 points. I think this is one of the prime targets that you can use for your World's Finest Legacy figure. It's either this Batman or maybe even the Chase Deceased Batman, who's also very powerful. Very cool figure. And here's the Black Lantern Green Arrow. Also a Chase figure. All the Black Lanterns seem to be chases except for Black Hand and Necron. 2 different point values of 100 points and 50 points. This figure is quite interesting because he can steal energy with close or range attacks. And when he uses the range attacks, he can actually use Blades Claws Fangs. Very cool. And here's another chase figure, which is Black Lantern Batman. Now, I actually own the original version that was released all the way back in the DC 10 anniversary, and now we're already on year 20. It's very nice to see that they remade this figure as a chase again. Very cool. 70 points, 40 points. Got a couple of traits, which is out of the Eternal Shadows. I think this is one of the figures that if you were to play a Black Lantern team, you may want to consider using this figure because characters where lines of fire are drawn through any of these grave hindering terrain are considered blocked instead. considered as blocking instead. So you can actually protect your Black Lanterns really well if they were to hide inside these grave terrain markers. And here is Black Lantern Martian Manhunter, which was just released a couple of hours ago. Very nice figure, 160 points and 60 points. This is a remake of the Brave and the Bold chase. It's nice to see him using the same pose that you find when he first reveals himself to Green Lantern and Flash. He got a couple of special powers, but one of the cool things is that it has two improved movement, which is through blocking as well as characters. So this Martian Manhunter is very, very mobile. And having the detective keywords make him, highly sought after. With all the recent mystery cards, you can play him in creative detective teams. So I do hope you enjoyed this edition of News Time, and I'm really excited to actually go for the World Championship next week. It's going to be my first Worlds as well as my first journey to United States, and I would like to thank Dow H for HeroClix as well as the International HeroClix Player Foundation. Whoever contributed to that foundation, thank you for making my dreams come true. And looking forward to seeing all of the players at Worlds doing next week. So I won't be releasing videos, these news time videos for at least the next 2 weekends because I'll be so busy with World Championship. I'm still at midst of building my teams and just finalizing them as well. So yeah, if you could enjoy this video, give a like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you at Worlds.